Welcome to VocabularySpellingCity.com Tech Tips. Today I'm going to show you a little bit more about what this site has to offer. For those of you that haven't registered, you can register right here. I've already created mine, so I'm going to go ahead and log in. Alright, first thing I want you guys to take notice to is this box right up here. This is going to be kind of your drop-down menu of all of the different things that you can do here on Vocabulary City. First section I'm going to show you is your home page, or my home page in this instance. So what you'll see here is the URL that you can give to your students. Pretty simple. You create a username and then it plugs it all in here. If ever you would need to update your profile, you can go in here and do that. And that's actually under the edit profile piece, which is up here. But as you can see, it lists here the name, school, address, all of that, as well as if you want to go in and edit a special message to your students and parents, you can do that here. Okay. Up here, I'll just show you what the edit profile screen looks like. That is this section here, so if ever you need to change anything, you can do that here. You'll see there's a pretty generic message right now here going out to my students and parents. And then it will also give you a list down here at the bottom of different home pages that that your students and parents will be able to link to off of your home page. And you can add any additional links down here that you would want. So you do have that option. If you click here, you just enter whatever you want to title the link as well as the URL, and then a little bit of a description. Hit done and it'll save for you. You want to make sure that when you're done making any changes on here that you hit update profile. That'll save everything. Okay, and then that'll bring you back out to this page here, which is your home page. So you can see that it has all been updated the way it's supposed to be updated. Next step I want to take you to is list management. So if you go back up to that menu box in the right hand corner, you're going to click on that. Okay, and it's going to bring you to this screen. What you're going to do here is a couple different things. I've already created one word list so we can play around with that, but I'm going to go ahead and start by creating a new list so you can see how to do that. There are all of these great little videos on VocabularyCity.com that kind of walk you through every stage or step of setting up an account, adding students, all of that. You see up here there's a video and frequently asked questions button, but there's also on each of the little categories or subcategories, there's these little help boxes on the side that'll give you a video, just kind of a fact sheet. So that's kind of nice to refer back to. But we're going to go ahead and create a new list. So you're going to click down here. Okay, you can name the list here, so we'll do Halloween. Pick a grade level, so that can be whatever grade level you want to do. You see it goes all the way from pre-K to 12th grade. I'm going to go ahead and just pick first grade. Alright, so some words for first grade. We'll put pumpkin, ghost, witch, cat, and we'll put candy. Alright. After you're done doing that, this gives you 5. If you wanted to add additional amounts, you can see down here it gives you the option to add 1 more, add 5 more, or add 10 more. And then you're just going to hit save once you are done. I'm going to go ahead and hit save here so you can move forward. Alright, so as you can see, this is our word verification. The cool thing about this site is that once you've entered your words in, it'll give you kind of a definition, which part of the speech it is, and then the sentence, it'll give you a sentence using that word. So that's kind of a cool feature. If you decided that you forgot to add a word or you need to make some changes, you can do that here. You can add a single word or add a batch of words at a time. Once you're sure you're finished, you can go ahead and hit I'm finished. And then you're able to manipulate these throughout the section. As you can see, these are published. If I didn't have them published, they wouldn't show up on my students' pages. The other piece I'd like to point out is this visibility piece. If you have your class broken down into specific groups based on their abilities, you can go ahead and make this accessible to whatever group that you wanted to have that accessible to. Next to visibility, you'll see the what do you want to do. These are these sections over here: edit, play a game, print, delete, group, review list. We'll get to those a little bit later, but first I'm going to take you back up to assignments and show you this. Assignments, test results, and writing are all part of the premium package, so if you want to use those, that's something that you're going to have to pay for. When you go down here to the assignment section, you can click here where it says select a word list. Go ahead and click your word list. We'll put Halloween. It's going to pull up all of the availability that you can use as far as games, testing, vocabulary practice, writing practice. You can see all of the different ways that you can utilize this in your lessons. If you click on one, it will add it over here to your selected activities. This will then show up as options for your kids to kind of manipulate the words and play around with. So whatever you wanted to use it, I'm just going to throw a couple in there for you. And then those will be activities that your students can get in and actually use. Now the neat thing about this is you can go ahead and assign this to students. So I'm going to go ahead and hit sum. I've already created a couple students in here, so maybe our higher level we would give these words to, and maybe we'd simplify some of the words for some of our other students. After we've got all of this done, if you want to go ahead and add instructions for your students, you can. Activity sequence required, or set the due date, you can do all of that. I'm going to go ahead and hit save again, make sure that saves. Up here, it gives you the ability to check out test results on any tests that you do on Vocabulary City. Writing will give you the ability to give them practice activities to use. Again, it shows you these great help boxes over here. This is the part I really want to kind of jump in and show you here. The student section, which is again up here at this menu box. This, I've listed a couple students in my class. I'm going to go ahead and click on one so you can see what happens there. It would give me all of the information that I would need as far as the activities that this student has done, how much what their scores were, if they've missed any words, maybe where we can help them out, all of that. I'm going to go back one step and show you. This here is where I added students, so I hit add students. The nice part about this is you can add students in one at a time, or you can add them in a group setting. You can do up to 10 students, so I'll show you. That added 10 to the 5 that were already there. And you can go ahead and add them all at once. Once you've added them, I'm just going to add one in here. You can hit add student, and you will see that that shows up then at the end of your list here. Actually, this is all alphabetical, I'm sorry. And then from here you can put them into groups, you can edit it, you can delete them, whatever you need to do. Alright. I'm going to jump back here and show you some activities you can do now that I've showed you this entire menu up here. So we're going to go into the Halloween section again, and I'm just going to show you one or two activities. So one of the free ones that you've got is the spelling test. You can go ahead and you can have your students log in here. I'm going to go ahead and log in as one of my pretend students and take a test so you can see what that looks like. We're going to do a practice test. It's going to load here.
Get ready for the test. Don't peek at your list. Begin.
Pumpkin. We chose a big pumpkin in the patch to carve.
So you'll hear it's saying it. It's also giving a sentence. So if she wasn't sure or she didn't hear it right the first time, she could...
chose a big pumpkin in the patch to carve.
There you go. There's the sentence.
Ghost.
A ghost is said to haunt.
Witch.
The witch.
Cat.
I'm going to purposely
cat
spell
plays
this one
with yarn
wrong
and
so we can
fur.
see what it looks like.
Candy.
Gummy bears are my favorite type of candy.
And then you're going to hit check me, or your students would hit check me. And now you'll see it shows you, it kind of automatically corrects that cat that we spelled wrong. It will then give the student the option to teach me, which will allow her to
Cat.
practice.
Capital C. A. T. Cat.
My pet cat plays with yarn and purrs.
Cat.
Your student will then be able to either print the report or a certificate. if that's something you would like to do. The other thing that you can do is have your student practice incorrect words. So there's a couple different options down here. I'm going to go ahead and hit play a game. We're going to go ahead and do letterfall. This is one of the premium features. In this game, your clients or your students are going to be using their arrows to toggle back and forth and collect the raindrops to spell the words.
3, 2, 1, cat.
My pet cat plays with yarn and purrs.
You see if they get the wrong letter, it deducts points. There you go. And that would give them a chance just to practice their spelling in a fun way. I'm going to go ahead and take you back so you can look at what we do here. I'm going to pause the video and pick up once I've logged in. Okay, I've logged back in. I've clicked on the student tab, which has brought me to this page. I'm going to go ahead and hit Kirsten Brock's profile. When I click on that, you'll see that she has taken the practice test twice. The first time she had 0 minutes to do the task, so less than a minute to do it, and she missed the word cat. She missed the same one the first time she took the test. So this would be an indicator that would obviously be a word that she would need to practice a little extra on. Finally, I just want to review the home page with you again. Just a reminder, this is the page that your kids are going to see when they pull up your URL. It's going to give them all of the lists that are available to them, as well as the option to do speech tests, vocabulary test, teaching, or games. So they can kind of manipulate the vocabulary lists in all of these 4 ways. It's also going to list those links here that we talked about earlier so that they can click in there and use some of those additional resources to kind of aid in their learning. I hope that you've enjoyed this tech tip review of Vocabulary Spelling City. Thank you.